You may have heard on the radio today on the way to the conference that the power system is extremely tight as we go into winter, and we all have to do our bit in order to maintain operational levels if we can all save at least 10% at home to secure a better power grid. I will talk to you about managing a tight power system, what is currently the situation at Eskom. I will talk to you about funding in terms of how can we help you to become more energy efficient, and I will talk to you about ITER awards for participation as well, and I will conclude thereafter. All right, as indicated, the power system will be tight for the next few years, especially for the next 2 years. In 2008, we have kept the lights on since, but the balancing supply and demand is a challenge for us. You may have heard again on the various radio stations that the system is extremely tight. Last week, the available capacity to meet demand in the country was 36,500 megawatts, and the peak forecast was 34,000 megawatts. So it does not leave you much breathing space in terms of a reserve margin. We are doing significant maintenance to address backlogs while at the same time trying to meet demand. Our power stations are at midlife at the moment, and it does need maintenance. We have put initiatives in place to manage the demand, but we will need each and every one of us to play our part to at least save 10% in order to ensure a more secure network. All right, just a bit of background. In terms of the Eskom power system, we have an installed capacity of 41,000 megawatts. We have, in terms of energy, 237,000 gigawatt hours in terms of production and 4.7 million customers. We are currently busy with the build program to bring in more generation capacity, and that will give us, by 2017, 16,000 more megawatts onto the system to have a more secured supply. Our total capacity by 2026, our aspiration is to have 80,000 megawatts, so we want to double up by 2026. In terms of our build program and in terms of our projections, you have heard about the Cruitflake, Kumati, the Mudupi power station that are currently being built. Our projections indicate that in each financial year, we will bring back megawatts onto the system. You would find that in our planning horizon, the megawatts that are going to come online thereafter. So it does take time to bring megawatts onto the system in terms of a supply side scenario. In terms of where is our energy being used and where is the demand going to, we find that looking at our stats, that in terms of consumption, industry uses 49% of the total energy produced by Eskom, followed by commerce, 10%, mining, 18%, residential, 17%. So in terms of consumption, this is the spread of where energy is being used. In terms of demand, your evening peak demand, we find that industry and residential are a huge contributor towards this 6 to 9 p.m. period in the evening. And obviously so, we all go home, we all take a shower, we all start cooking. So the residential sector does have a huge impact on the system. In terms of where we're at and managing a tight power system, we find that in the year 2012, which we're currently in at the moment, we are short of 9 terawatt hours. Now 9 terawatt hours is equivalent to 1,000 megawatts that we are short. And 1,000 megawatts on 1 terawatt hour, to put you into, just to bring it down to layman's terms, 1 terawatt hour is equivalent of supplying 200,000 houses with electricity. So we are 9 terawatt hours short, and winter is going to be extremely tight. In terms of the demand profile in the country, the graph in black indicates a typical, the weeks of the year, and what we find in winter, we have quite a peaky profile, and the forecast for last winter was 37,000 megawatts, but this year we're expecting a slightly lower demand projection. All right, if you look at our summer and winter profiles, In summer, we do have a peaking profile compared to winter, which is fairly flat. And in summer, we have more of a base load constraint because our demand on the system is between 32 to 33 gigawatts. As compared to winter, our demand is around 37 gigawatts. So what we find is that in summer, we do most of our maintenance to cater for the winter period. But as mentioned, the system is tight in winter because we have planned and unplanned maintenance that we have to deal with as well. In terms of planned maintenance, we stand at 3,000 megawatts that we cater for, and in terms of unplanned maintenance, we have 3,400 megawatts at any given point. So our spare wheel, the thread in our spare wheel, is running a bit flat. What we want to depict on this picture is what has the system looked like in this coming week. We find that we're currently on the 6th of June, and we do not have adequate capacity. Our forecast in terms of meeting demand is your green bar. That's where we are in the clear, we are safe, and all is well. Unfortunately, you would find on television the power alert that comes up on your screen all the time, and you'd find that that power alert signal is beeping red most of the time. So what we have is a situation that in the yellow bar, the system is constrained. However, on the slightly darker yellow, the system is extremely tight. And when it goes into red, it's severe pressure. And if it goes darker than red, it's rotating manual load shedding, probably. Okay? I think we all had experiences in 2008 with that situation. All right, but there is good news. There's not all doom and gloom. We do have funding available for the public, for industry, for commerce, for agricultural, for mining that we would like to offer to you via our IDM or demand-side management program. In terms of our funding, we have 5.4 billion via our NASA application, and the funding was granted over 3 years, and we're currently in our third year of that funding cycle. So with funding, obviously comes the target. We have to save 1,037 megawatts, or convert that to energy. That's 4 terawatt hours that we need to achieve. We're in our third year of the cycle, and we've done extremely well in year 1 and 2 in terms of the spend, as well as taking megawatts off the grid. All right, our saving targets for this year alone is 447 megawatts that we need to take off the grid just in this financial year. And that's equivalent to 1,800 gigawatt hours. Now, if I put that into perspective, 1,800 gigawatt hours is the amount of energy or power that can feed Buffalo City and Salt Plaikes together for an entire year. So that's the equivalent of what our target is in terms of this financial year. But over and above that target, we were asked to accelerate this financial year to achieve 1,200 megawatts off the grid by at least September, October. So you can imagine from 425 megawatt target to an aspiration of 1,200. So again, highlighting that the situation is severe. But fortunately, we have the resources and the funding in place to achieve this. But again, we would need all citizens, customers alike, corporate, commercial, residential, industrial, to take up these offers that I will talk to you about now. In terms of putting it into perspective, if we had to achieve our targets based on 447 megawatts, it would translate into installing 15 million downlighters in commercial facilities just to achieve that target, just to put you in perspective of what it takes to achieve this target. Or we could install 900,000 heat pumps in the country. Right? Heat pumps are more efficient technology in terms of heating water and uses 1/3 less energy. But we would have to install 896,000 of these units. Or we could do solar water heating, high pressure solar water heatings, and we could install 500,000 of these systems to achieve the same results. Or if you look at low pressure systems, we would need to install 2.7 million of these systems, right? If I look at commercial projects, just looking at commercial efficiency upgrades, what we have is we will need 394 projects the size of Sandton cities that we need to convert to become more energy efficient. So if we look at the holistic view in terms of your entire facility, we would need about 394 projects to meet that target. But if you look at industrial, which are the bigger users of energy and power, we would need about 223 projects from the industrial sector to meet this end result. However, the beauty of this is we are currently working on a combination of these solutions to market, and which as currently we've been in existence for about 6 years in terms of our programs, and to date we have saved 3,000 megawatts off the grid just by doing energy efficiency. That's quite remarkable. I mean, in terms of building a power station, which is about 4,000 megawatts, we have taken 3,000 megawatts off the grid in a short space of time. And this year, we're going to accelerate to achieve another 1,000 megawatts in an even shorter space of time. So very exciting for the market, for entrepreneurs, for customers alike, in terms of our rollout going forward. Right, the challenge is we have to reduce 3,000 megawatts from both supply and demand. Our contribution towards this will be 1,200 megawatts, and we are going to accelerate on the solar water heating program and the heat pump program. We're also going to do another wave of CFL rollouts throughout the country. We have done 45 million in the past. You may have received some via the residential mass rollout program, and we have embarked on a second wave because it's after 5 years that we have to go back and we have to reinstall these bulbs. In terms of our funding mechanisms, we have various funding models for various customers. For the industrial customers, we have industrial commercial customers, we have our ESCO model, and our ESCO model is basically where auditors come out to your plant, conduct an audit, and submit an application to ESCOM for funding. And in this model, we basically pay per megawatt saved. So our funding is up to 5.2 million rand for each megawatt saved. So it's quite lucrative in terms of the funding model, and we have over 400 energy auditors currently on our database that go out to customers to promote this model. We also have a second model called performance contracting, whereby we have appointed around 10 companies to go out to site, go out to customers, and to offer energy saving solutions to you at a very lucrative rate of 55 cents a kilowatt hour during peak times and 10 cents during off-peak time. What that means is that we buy the energy back from the developer at those rates. We also have another offer called standard offer, which is more designed for the commercial sector, because we have constraints in the country between 6 o'clock in the morning to 10 o'clock in the morning. That's your summer constraints in terms of your window of opportunity. And we've designed a standard offer model whereby we offer the industry 42 cents a kilowatt hour, whereby we will purchase that energy back from you as a developer. We have standard product, which is quick, simple, and easy to use. If you want to convert this boardroom into more efficient technologies, our advisor will come out to you. They will do an analysis of this boardroom, of the current technology, speak to the customer, and indicate what is the proposed technology via our toolkit. And before he leaves this boardroom, he would make you an offer for you to convert over to efficiency. And within 4 weeks to 6 weeks, we will make out a check to the customer for converting over to efficient technologies. We also have the mass rollout programs, whereby we have appointed on phase 1 4 companies. You might have heard of them, or they might have come to your home, the likes of Ellis, LDM, I4SBF, and the Caribos of the world, in terms of project developers, whereby they will come to your home and they will offer you free downlighters, free efficient shower roses, free pool timers, geyser timers. So they'll basically come to your home and offer you a bag of energy efficiency technologies. And you know that these technologies for downlighters can be expensive, between 200 to 300 rand, and you're going to get this for free. So I will give you more details in terms of how to participate on these programs as well. We do have our conventional standard rebates in terms of solar water heating and heat pumps that we also offer to the market in terms of the residential sector. It includes greenfield projects as well. All right, just to put it into perspective, I did touch on this, but the constraints in the country is from your 6 o'clock in the morning period to your 10 o'clock in the evening. And what we find is that that's the window period where our initiatives are designed. Not 3 o'clock in the morning to give you an incentive, but between 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. This is where the constraints are on the system. The ESCO model, as mentioned, just to elaborate a little more on it, is designed for industrial customers for bigger savings, right? And it's an audit that's conducted at your plant free of charge to you. The consultant that packages this proposal to Eskom does not charge you for the upfront audit. In terms of standard offer, it's designed for the commercial industrial market. Also the design in terms of minimum project sizes, 50 kilowatts minimum, savings to 5 megawatts, maximum savings. Monday to Friday, 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock, that's where the window of opportunity that we're looking for. And the rates that we're willing to offer ranges from 42 cents a kilowatt hour to 70 cents a kilowatt hour that we're willing to buy the energy back from the developer. Performance contracting, as mentioned, we've signed up large contracts with various contractors in the country, which we can make available to you via our website, whereby they will come out and retrofit your buildings, your premises, excluding residential, to make you more efficient. And our offer to them via this offer is 55 cents during the peak time and 10 cents during the off-peak time. Standard product, very quick, simple, and easy to use, is designed for customers that have from 1 kilowatt right up to 250 kilowatt savings. We had to design a model that will cater for the down-the-road fish and chip shop that uses very little power, but needed an incentive as well. Very lucrative. I've signed to date over 800 applications that have come in a very short space of time for an incentive to the customer. In terms of the residential mass rollout, as mentioned, we have a mixed basket of technologies, including CFLs, LEDs, shower heads, geyser controllers, and geyser blankets, which will be made available to you at the developer's cost. CFL and sustainability, we are embarking on a second wave of CFLs in the country, so watch this space as well. Solar water heating, we will continue with our rebate. To date, we've installed 172,000 systems, but the recent count as of yesterday was over 200,000 systems, and the government has requested 1 million systems. So we are contributing towards that aspiration as well. In terms of solutions to market, I've really just packaged this differently in terms of what to expect, what are the current solutions to market, and who is it for, and how the overlaps work as well. The same picture shown differently in terms of our funding models, standard products, standard offer, ESCO model, who is it for, how to participate, what's the next steps, is all summarized basically in this slide, and in terms of the incentive that we offer as well. Right, we're also running the ITA Awards. Now, Eskom has been running the ITA Awards since 1985. It's a Greek symbol for efficiency, and it's to recognize exceptional effort in energy efficiency in South Africa. So we appeal to you to please nominate in terms of the different categories: industrial, residential, commercial, innovation, young designers, and the winners receive 30,000 and the runners-up receive 5,000, depending on the discretion of the judges. So I appeal to you to please visit our website at www.itaawards.co.za to submit entries for this event. Now, I would like to show you a typical house. Unfortunately, it's not my home. I wish it was. It's a 3-story home. It's 650 square meters. Anyone want to guess what this electricity bill is at this home? 7,000? Great. Okay. Any other ones? 3,000 I heard? 2,000? 3,000. Well, sorry, 5,000. Okay. 15. Wow. Okay. Great. It's a 650 square meter home. It's got a pool. At the bottom is 3 garages, so obviously 3 cars. And you'll be shocked. Let me show it to you. 660 Rand. That's what this guy's bill is. Unbelievable, unbelievable. So what did he do? How did he get it right, and why not us? So essentially what he's done low-cost initiatives, medium-cost initiatives, and high-cost initiatives. Low-cost initiatives, when he has dinner with the family, he ensures that all his lights are off, his TV is off, because no one's in the room, no one's watching TV. When he's watching TV, he ensures that everything else is off in the room. He's obviously insulated the pipes of the hot water systems. He's installed shower heads. He's participated in the residential mass rollout program via the free LED rollout. He's done CFL exchanges. He's using induction hob for cooking and space heating. I'm sure he's got alternate heating sources or a very warm blanket that he can cuddle up with. And obviously the pool timer, etc. So that's really your low-cost initiatives, because via our residential mass rollout program, we will, via the developers, give these technologies to you for free. All right, but let's look at the high-cost or the medium-cost initiatives. He's also, I believe, installed a heat pump and a solar water heating system, a hybrid system, to heat up water in the home. So he's done that in terms of the medium to high-cost initiatives. So he's done basically everything. And speaking to the guy today, he tells me that he now wants to go off-grid. So it's something that he's looking towards. But amazing, 660 Rand for a 660 square meter home, which is really 1 Rand a square meter, which is quite remarkable. In closing, I would like to say, please partner with us on the 49M campaign. Remember the 3 Ps: save power, save your pocket, and save the planet. And if you're not using it, please switch it off. And you can also maybe get a bill of $660 a month as well. With that said, I thank you very much, and I refer you to our website as well.